Hello, my lovely peaches. How are you? How are you?
God love dreamingpeach.com.
How are you? Really? How are you doing? How are you doing?
Movo typos be up in here.
So,
Auto-generated
the
captions
purpose
are
of this
for
video
Ricky.
was for me to get on and to gloat that I can actually proudly say that I don't know one single real life person who voted for Donald Trump. There isn't a single person in my life, not a family member, not a friend, not a neighbor, not a client, no one. And since this whole election thing, I saw one, oh, I saw one house that had a Donald Trump sign, and I immediately was like, what? And I gave the finger to the house and the sign, and then as I was giving it the finger, I look up and there's a guy walking across the street, and he sees me and he goes. Then yesterday I got enraged because as I was driving home from dropping my kids off, I was driving past a school nearby, and it was drop off, and there was a white mom dropping her kid off at a predominantly people of color school, or at least traditionally it used to be. And in the neighborhood where there's more people of color, even though this is a very diverse town, the area where I live has always been traditionally where it's been majority black people and other people of color, but now it's getting gentrified. But anyway, so it just really enraged me to see this white mom dropping off her white kid at a traditionally, more leaning towards people of color school, supposed to be safe space and everything. Of course, it's diverse. But anyway, she had a Trump van sign on her car, and I was mortified. Like, I actually felt like I just got kicked in the gut because it's shocking to me. And I know that it's out there, and even in the state where I live, on the far corners, kind of where in the middle of nowhere, that's where there's Trumpers. It's like up in the butt fuck nowhere. Literally, that is what it's called. The butt fuck boonies, the boondocks, the middle of fucking nowhere, and those dumbasses who are like bordering the other state where there's other dumb fucking red asses. That's where they are. And then there's like some other really stupid, like white trash down there at the shore. So the dumb fuck boonies, motherfuckers, and the white trash. Those are the people who vote for Trump around here. But anyway, so I just really wanted to get on here and brag about how happy I am about the fact that I don't have to cut off any motherfucker, because I would have been done cut you off. I would have never connected to you in the first place to have to cut you off. But I guess, for many people, what once was the Republican Party then became MAGA, and now it's like dark MAGA, and it's just, I believe that the Republican Party has always had this MAGA essence, and I don't believe that it was just infiltrated by parasites, who just came out of nowhere. They just got shipped in off a fucking shipment of China, like the lantern flies that just came in on some trees that were shipped over, and then they just like spread 6 states, infecting our trees, even though they're not even native to here. And that's what those MAGA people think about human beings that come from other cultures. They think of them the way we think of a parasite insect that came in, hidden in a shipment, and then just pew. And it's like, ugh. The eugenics of it all, the just, like, not to insult Neanderthals, but it's like, if Neanderthals had a baby with a piranha, right? You know, suspending reality, because that seems like to be like what we're doing now. That's what I think MAGA would be. Oh, and I was saying to my mom, my lovely, beautiful mom, who, she's Haitian and she's Catholic and she's an American citizen now, and she doesn't eat cats and dogs. And I've been to Haiti 3 times. I spent a long time there, and that never happened. They did kill the chickens. I saw that, and I saw them kill a turkey. And they ate crabs, and they ate fish. They ate a lot of rice. But we didn't eat the pets. Fucking xenophobic lies. It's hateful Schmittler. It's Schmittler 2.0. Anyway, so to be blunt, I've always held the opinion that Republicans are kind of fucking racist and kind of sexist and kind of xenophobic. So even though it wasn't like full-blown nigga, I still was like, eh. So, you know, the whole like, can't we all just get along? No, motherfucker, no. Because what you think is acceptable is reprehensible. Like, actually, I was having a conversation with my client yesterday. He's an amazing, wonderful guy, and he's a much older gentleman, and he's, you know, he said he expected this to happen, even though he's, you know, devastated about it. He was saying it's so hard to find a conversation about it that's not inflammatory. And I said, well, it's kind of hard. I mean, you know, you can talk about like really gruesome things, like in court cases, they talk about murder and they talk about really gruesome things. And it does, I mean, sometimes it gets pretty heated and stuff like that, but they try to keep it civil. But it's pretty damn impossible to have a conversation that remains civil when one side is talking about literally destroying my civil rights and other people's civil rights. And even though I'm a white woman, my civil rights include being able to live somewhere where everybody else of all different ethnicities are also safe. I am not safe living somewhere where anybody I know or walking down the street could potentially be snatched away. That is not safe. That puts me at risk. That puts my life in jeopardy. That puts my pursuit of happiness into a dystopian hellscape nightmare. And that is not okay. I'm not okay with my neighbors, my friends, my family, my coworkers, whoever being put in harm's way. And even though I'm a 51-year-old woman and I don't intend to have children, who knows? I'm still menstruating. I don't know. What if I meet a guy and somehow, you know, I decide to have a late in life baby? I already had my first baby at 35. So, I mean, the idea right now of getting pregnant seems like absurd. But at the same time, I also don't know whatever might happen. Like, I can't predict the future. God forbid anything were to happen to me, but if something, an SA were to happen, for example, I could be at risk. So everybody's rights matters to me, not just what personally affects me. And what personally affects me is people voting MAGA, especially anyone. I'm just so glad that I don't actually know anyone in real life like that, and I don't have to cut anybody motherfuckers out because you ain't never got in the first place. I never opened the door to fucking have to slam it in your face anyway. And you know, that's not true for many people. I'm just extremely grateful that I just happen to live in a very democratic family, and we've all been like that forever, so thank God for that. Sorry if you're not, that sucks for you, but cut those motherfuckers out because you don't need
GetLoveDreamingPeach.com
of course, there's the super mega rich people. There's tons of mega rich people around here, and they are probably Trumpers, at least some of them, but not all. There are mega rich people around here that are Democrat, but some are mega. Oh, yeah, and just in case you were going to leave a message or a comment that says, you're alienating people. What about, like, can't we get along? No getting along. And I want to alienate you. I want you to feel rejected. I want you to be deflected. I want you to have no doubt in your mind that this is not a space for you. And actually, despite the fact that I'm vegan and that I live my life by the vow of ahimsa, which is a vow to do no harm and also to do good, within the Buddhist teaching, there is room for not what is called idiot compassion, not having idiot compassion where you just become a doormat and you let anybody do and say anything to you and you're like, oh, but it's okay, we can just get along. No, that is not Buddhist. Just because you're a gentle and nonviolent person does not mean that you put up with evil. So, no, evil. Get out of here. So, since I don't have any of those kind of people in my actual life, the only place I've encountered them is on social media. So, just in case you were unsure, get the fuck off. Just fuck off. Fuck off. There was this one creep who kept commenting on my video and I had to mute them because I was so glad when I didn't hear from them for a little while. And then all of a sudden there they were again. Boom, boom, boom. I was like, ugh, I can't. I don't even want to see you. Blech. Barf. Yeah, bye. Fuck off. Unless you're blue, then welcome. Okay, bye. Now I'm over the 10-minute TikTok limit, but I also just wanted to add, I've seen a lot of people and heard a lot of people saying, it's not about politics, it's about morals. Well, I'm here to say it is about politics and it's also about morals. It's about politics and it's about morals. So don't get it fucking twisted. Go get fucked. Go get fucked. And not in a good way. Again, unless you're blue, because your politics and your morality, your lack of, and the politics that you chose are, as already stated, reprehensible and despicable and criminal and unconstitutional. Gross.